buddy?
Yo, what's up, world? 2 a-days, man. 2 a-days, man. We back at it, man. We back at it like an addict, man. J1, that's the only great one left in the flesh, popping in on the neck and going all the way up like a turtleneck. You know, J1, that's the only. Yeah. See, I was about to say it twice. You know what I mean? So nice, I was about to say it twice. But what's up, world? How y'all feeling today? You know what I'm saying? I guess I should put a shirt on, but I'm kind of comfortable. I'm just in the house. You know what I'm saying? Guess I could put the white beat on or something, but how y'all feeling, man? Y'all know the protocol, and y'all know the protocol. Make sure you double tap that screen when you come in the door. You know what I mean? Wipe your feet. You know, same rules apply. Make sure I'm clear, cause I don't see no. Can y'all hear me? I don't know, this service been acting nervous today. I don't know what's going on. Y'all hear me good? Are we clear? Make sure the stream is good. Let me know the stream is good. You good money? You ain't saying shit yet. You know, sometimes these joints get off slow, like in terms of all right, boom. Life is serious, indeed. Okay, we rocking. What's up, brother? What's up, Popcorn? I now see y'all coming in. I see y'all coming on in. All right, pause. All right, the stream clear. Y'all hear me good? Everything A1? Steak sauce? He said we hear you. Okay, cool. Good. All right, so what's going on, world? You know, we back with another one. I don't know if y'all checked it earlier live, you know what I'm saying? But as I told y'all and as I promised y'all, we're going to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be more consistent and persistent. You know what I mean? Dropping more content, addressing more things. And anything you got to chat with me about, we could put it right here on the table. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we've been doing it. You know what I mean? As y'all know, we've been going all the way up in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people been commenting, a lot of people been subscribing, a lot of people been, you know, talking about the content we've been dropping. You know what I'm saying? He says, salute, Wolf. What's up? Salute. Popcorn say, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you know, so I want to talk about something today. I want to make sure that I have a message that's fully clear. The streets don't love nobody, bro. Being cool in the streets is not it, okay? If that's what anybody got from anything I'm ever conveying by sharing stories, by telling y'all about my experiences, if you think that that means I think there's something cool about being in the streets, then you're missing the point. You're missing the point of what life is serious is about, what that slogan means, okay? This is not about us glorifying anything negative. Never has been and never will be. All right, what's going on, new people? I see y'all coming in here, man. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. You know, subscribe, catch a vibe, all the slogans, man. Y'all know how we rocking, man. And if you don't, you about to find out. He says, hello, team. What's going on? Yeah, and it's a family affair here, man. You know what I'm saying? He says, I see you. What's up, James? I see you too. He says, David Minister says, I like your movies. I appreciate it. And if anybody hasn't checked out my movies, make sure you go on this page, check out Life is Serious, the movie, check out The Club, the movie, all right? And stay in tune because we got more projects coming too in that tip. You know what I'm saying? He says, I see your hair grain follicles. Shave your head properly, B-word. Well, actually, I don't have a shape up right now, so you can see it kind of grow my little widows kind of growing back. But, I mean, I don't care about that, brother. And you're a man. So caring about another man's hair follicles, if no one told you, is an act of direct LGBTness, okay? So you might want to, you know, unless that's what you're going for, you know. But, yeah, he says, we can change the streets. You know what? Okay, that's a good it's a good topic starter, right? Can you? Right? Because if the streets could be changed, why haven't they changed in forever? Why are the same things that they're talking about in the Bible the same things that's happening now? Why is it the same things they're talking about in the Quran the same thing that's happening now? They talked about everything that's happening in the streets in the Bible. Think about it. They talk about the robbers. They talk about the people that's, finessing. They talk about, the Mary Magdalene. They talk about the hoes. They talk about, the false prophets, right? They talk about they address all of those, right? Hit that like, man. If you just coming in here, man, what's up, y'all? I see y'all coming in. Double tap that screen, man. Run time right now with me. Yeah. I want to see that number moving right there. All right. Michael J. White. Yeah, I know. Somebody cast me to play him in like a biopic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The Michael J. White story, starring Serius John. I'm with that. Hey, I'm with it. However we can get this money, man. You know what I'm saying? Said he brewed this. Yeah. That's that DNA battle. Salute. He says, Serious the new polite? No, never that. What? How? How am I anything like him? Because I'm talking on the internet? No. I have no similarities with that guy. I don't know why you would say that, but yeah, nothing like that. I don't got nothing like that going on. That's weird. But anyway, why so serious, Jones? I heard you write that the first time. I mean, like, it's kind of old and cliche, But am I a blood or a Crip? I am neither one of those things, and this is what we're here to talk about today, okay? We're here to talk about today. None of that has ever been appealing to me, for the record. At one point in my life, when the gangs things was going on and it started to come to the East Coast, started to come to New Jersey, started to come to New York, I looked at that at first as like really corny, respectfully. Shout out to all my homies that's, whatever they are. But I looked at that as corny at first. Because I was like, why are we trying to be like LA? That's how I looked at it. So we trying to be like LA? And I remember saying to the guy that we looked up to these guys. These was our big homies. And he said, yeah, it was 031 now, man. Da-da-da-da-da. And he showed me the tattoo and all that. And I was like, I was so confused. I was like, why do you want to be in someone else's gang? I'm like, in my mind, we already are a gang. We already got our own thing, right? Like, why we got to join someone else's thing? To fit in with a bigger thing? Pause. Super pause. But you know what I'm saying? Is that what it is? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. Because at the end of the day, everybody's trying to be a part of something. When to me, I thought it was dope that we was individuals and that we had our own thing going on. So that was never appealing to me to say, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Because to me, that means, okay, so niggas is followers, right? Now I did talk to an OG when I was in Vegas, and he did say something to me that made sense, which is the word tribalism. He said, it's tribalism. And I'm like, he's like, we've always been something, right? So when people have a way to be, that's like, okay, you can be this, or you can be that, right? A lot of people want that because of the acceptance, because of the, the family aspect of that, right? The camaraderie and the whatever, right? But there's also the element of people that really, because in America, violence has been celebrated from the beginning. Let's keep it funky. All right, America. All right, we about to get cooking. But first of all, let me know where y'all from, okay? Somebody says, you're depressed. I am? Damn, I didn't even know that. I thought I was in a good mood today. The hell do I know? Okay, you're psychic. All right, cool. You're reading my innermost thoughts that I don't even know that I'm thinking or feeling. Hey, if you say so, maybe so, okay? He said, am I going to watch Crawford versus Canelo? When is that fight? Is that fight this weekend? He said, your family is your first gang. Hey, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? 100%, my dude. He says, it wasn't weird to some, it was family because I lost my family at 11. See, I feel you, brother, right? And that's why I said it's tribalism. When I was young and I had a family, I didn't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? Especially because I had homies already. We had each other. So to me, I was looking at it like, why do you want to be a part of somebody else's thing when we got our own thing? That's what I looked at that as. But you see what I'm saying? I do understand how if you don't have that family, if you don't have that whatever, and if this is who you get to have that bond with, then yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Brick City, Jones, what's popping, doggy? What's what's popping? Excuse me, brother. What's going on? He says, eliminate the ego and reach the phoenix. Heard you. Ashley Emmanuel says, facts. He says, right. The black family is in the, I wouldn't say that. And I wouldn't speak like that about the black family. If you're black, why would you speak that over your own people, bro? You know what I'm saying? We have work to do. You could say that, right? But Ice Cube, is that you? Do I look like Ice Cube? Shout out to Ice Cube. That's definitely one of my role models. You know what I mean? He says, eggs for lunch, huh? What? I got a stain on here or something? I ain't even see it if I do. I just literally picked that up out the pile of whites that apparently the bleach didn't get it all the way out, eh? Okay. He said eggs for lunch, huh? Nah, I didn't have no eggs though. Ports, that's a weird name. I'm not sure why your name is that, but I guess I'll give you the benefit of the troll. I'll give you the benefit of the troll before I block you, but that's a weird name. He says, you look like Pop Smoke. I look like everybody, apparently. I look like Pop Smoke. I look like Michael J. White. I look like Juicy J. I look like... who don't I look like? I look like everybody, apparently. Okay? So, he says, but facts of life, everyone raised and shine. The only way is up. Okay? He said, it's true, gang. The black family doesn't nurture or command half the capital it needs to. You are completely right, my brother. But we can't, I'm in agreement with you, bro. But all I'm saying is words are powerful, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if we want to repair the black family, if we want to get to a better place, right, then we can't just be saying, man, we ain't nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? That don't sound right. That don't resonate. That doesn't inspire growth, right? That don't inspire hope. That don't inspire us to want to be that, right? That's what I'm saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep it funky, right? This is what I want to convey in this live here today, right? If, tomorrow's not promised to none of us. By the way, double tap that screen if you're just getting in here. We're going to have some real chop. And first of all, let me know where you represent. You know we always got to do that. Let me know what parts of the world we got in here right now. Roll call. And let me know if this AC is too loud, because, it is 90-something degrees today. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm walking around in the crib with my shirt on. You know what I'm saying? He says, right, don't be little. He says, I get you, bro. You're saying don't be pessimistic. Yeah, not that too. But it's just the wording. Words are powerful, brother. You know what I'm saying? When you say certain words, it's like words or spells. You know what I'm saying? We speak certain stuff into existence. When you say it out loud, you think it that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying too, right? It says 908, the field. Yeah, playing field in the building. What's up, brother? He says, good on you, brother. He said, God bless, brother, from Connecticut. Peace, fam. Brooklyn in the building. Chi-Town. What's up, baby girl? Big up Lower East Side, baby. Okay, Smith Water says, can you please shout out my homie Gabe? Gabe, damn, I'm kind of blind, brother. Gabe Horn, please. Is it Gabe Horn? Damn, I'm about to get blind. Hold up, I might need some help, y'all. See, this is what I get. This is the karma from when I was a kid and lied to my mom on that eye test. Just because I wanted some glasses, right? Now I'm doing they can't see shit. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, Gabe Horn. All right, Gabe Horn. Okay. Wait, what did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, shit. Oh! I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't know you could do that. Oh. Green screen out this thing? Hey. Let me find out. Might have to start playing with some little moves around this motherfucker. Hold up. See, this is the type of numbers we getting right here, right? Let me see. You know what I'm saying? Per live. Let's look at the numbers. This is per live, right? This is how many people be in here just in the live before we post it, right? What's up, Sherry? Relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm showing them some stats right now. I didn't know you could do this. Ooh, it's about to get spicy in this, man. We find out, son. Okay. You know what I mean? Numbers. Numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? Numbers. It's all right. Let me put it back on the road. Okay. You learn something new every day. You know what I'm talking about? He said, yo, I'm crying. Y'all dying in the car. Hey, man, I'm learning, y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all are pointing out somebody in the comments for me to get out of there. Okay, wait a minute. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, nah, he can troll like that. That's okay. That trolling is allowed. He said start running county jail fades. Too late. Check out the last live from earlier today. I'm talking about a county jail fade that I actually kind of didn't come out, you know, as on top pause as I would have liked. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Will from Richmond. He caught a good mink mop off on the wolf. I ain't gonna lie. He caught a good mink. It was a mink and a mop. It wasn't a mink mop. It was a mink and a mop. It was a good mink mop. Couldn't get out the way of them two. I was like, I was mad as hell. I wanted to kill her. He was a smart fighter though. Yeah, it was just a mink mop, John Singleton. That's all. It wasn't a full, you know what I'm saying? But even that, you know what I'm saying? People get one mop, one mink off on me. They act like that's, you know what I mean? But you know, it happens to the best of us sometimes, man. Double tap that screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. You in Jones land right now, right? We'll be popping it like over red and back, and we going all the way up like a turtleneck. You know what I'm saying? I'll be breaking down real life, real game. If you don't know how we give it up here, you know this shit is all organic. Don't panic. I'm gonna break it all the way down, lay it down flat on the Japanese ass for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm one of the best shit poppers in existence, and that's why I kick this shit around like judo with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we do here. It's an organic situation. It ain't no rules. Except for no hating. Well, actually, you can hate as long as it's not dry hate, right? Any dry hate, you know what I'm saying? You just pop in here, I hate you. Okay, time out, right? Other than that, say what you feel. I'm addressing everything. We ain't running from no smoke. And unlike these other guys, I just showed y'all the numbers. I like that one. That feature right there is about to get spicy. By the way, ooh, hold up. I got shit for y'all. Hold up. Let me see now. Let me see, huh? Okay, hold on. Look for it. Boom. Huh? If you didn't get this yet, you tripping like a white girl in a scary movie. Double tap the screen right now if you got this. If you got this right now, Afro Jones, double tap that screen. Let them know what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what your favorite track off this is. You know what I'm saying? Let them know. You know what I mean? We just shot the G-Locks video, right? We on the block with that one, you know what I'm saying? In front of Drew Ham, the real Wolf block, right? So those that's confused, that don't know, and they be like, well, where is he really from? Where's his hood? Look at the videos on this channel. You will see mostly every video I shoot in my building, 2680, 143rd and 8th Avenue in Harlem, New York, okay? That is my hood. I also am from Jersey. I grew up in Inglewood, New Jersey, 4th Ward, okay? So stay in tune and you can see exactly the products as we making them and when they come out, right? So I put out a little snippet on the channel just a little earlier today, you know what I'm saying? He said, spit some. You want me to spit some of Afro Jones? Matter of fact, I'm leaving Afro Jones up. We're gonna leave him up for a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna let him stay. All right? It says, no, baby. It says, are you looking for a photographer? If you're dope and you got talent, I'm always looking for new talent. You know what I'm saying? So we could always build on working, depending on just, your work. As long as your work is dope, why not, right? So he said, we are now in the Caribbean Sandals Resort with $3 million. Hey, I like how that sounds. It sounds like you need to be playing champagne showers. Hey, raining down on me, two-stepping while swimming in women in cab. Hard to slow down, we ain't living this fast. You know what I mean? I got bops for that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's what we on. You know what I mean? Real, he said, we don't resort to violence, we don't resort to violence, man. You know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about something today, y'all. And this is something that I think is a very important topic for me right now, right? And we got double the people than the lights. So we got to even that up, you know what I'm saying, before I get to chopping, man. Come on now. Wipe your feet when you come in the door. You know what I'm saying? All right, he says, yes, sir. He says, blessings, King, salute. This is DJ Grizz. Let's go. How you been, brother? Oh, man, I'm too blessed to be stressed, too anointed to be disappointed, brother. You know what I'm saying? I got a brand new Afrobeat album right here. And as y'all can see, that's me right there, right? That's all little me when I was being taught to be what? Afrocentric, right? When I'm wearing the kufi, when I'm going up, free my cousin Dice right here, you know what I'm saying? They gave Dice lights, but now he's on the comeback. God is the best, you know what I'm saying? That's my father's brother's son, right? Shout out to Uncle Greg. That's me. That's my little brother. This is all me with the kufi on picture day. On picture day, I used to wear the kufi when I was 8, 9, 7, all of that. That's me and my mom's at Nelson Mandela's, when Nelson Mandela got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing the dashiki. I don't know what year that is, but I was probably like 6 or 7 or something like that, right? It's in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? So I was really raised in the culture, man. I was really raised with the black power to love each other. You know what I'm saying? This whole culture of spinning and ops and it looks crazy to somebody like me. And I actually get pulled into it sometimes, as y'all see, because I'm in a battle rap space where nowadays, what is it about? A bunch of niggas trying to prove how street they are. People that ironically just joined gangs in their 30s and all this. Come on, man. Respectfully. I've been trying to be the opposite in life. I've been trying to do my best to stay out of, the drama. It happens because of the fact that when people run out of things to do, I guess they got to use what's available to them to try and disrespect or whatever you. So it's no big deal to people that are fans, right? The people that are fans, they looking at it like, come on, man. They don't care about none of our lives. All they care about is what, if they like this guy and they like this guy, we don't really care what your issue is. I just don't want you to have an issue, right? So me getting into an issue or seeming like I have a issue, even though it's battle rap, this is rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? To me, but at the same token, if rap is my life, if you know me in terms of the battle rap space and that's what it is to you, now rap is in my life to me, but if it is to you and you looking at, who I am to you as the MC, the rapper, right? And this whole street element becomes a thing where people are like thinking that if you're acting a certain way, then maybe you think being street is cool. Maybe you think being gangster is cool. Maybe you think being a certain way is like, it's some swaggy thing to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. When it's like, bro, that's the furthest that it could be a thing. It wouldn't be this then. It wouldn't be that. Because I would be trying to push some gang banging narrative. I would be talking about, a bunch of drama. I don't even like putting records out at this stage that just sound like too much, whatever. Because I know what that inspires. I don't want nobody getting clapped to my song. I don't want niggas riding around full deep in a car spinning to something that I made. I don't even want my beats being that. If I sell you, I'm having to think about this now. Do I really want to sell beats to somebody that's about to make a song that I know somebody's going to get unalive behind? Think about that. I'm giving some beats to some young drill artist or something like that, and he's making a song dissing people dead, talking about, you know what I mean, how he did this to this one and that, and you know it's going to be some backlash behind something that you produced. I don't want that. I don't want that on me, bro. And I'm also starting to think about it because I'm an OG now, and these type of thoughts is what come to me now. Pause. I don't even want to be portraying or someone even thinking that I'm out here saying it's cool to be in the streets. It's cool to be a gangster. It's cool to spin on your ops. It's cool to, I don't even want nobody even confused to thinking that. Because that means that I'm failing. That means I'm failing in my mission, which is to spread light, which is to spread game, which is to give jewels to the young niggas that they could use, tools you could use, man, to get to a bankroll, to stay out of them people way, to stay sucker free, etc. You dig where I'm coming from? He said, respect. He said he's serious, responsible, very mature, Jones. He says, I have a label as well. Salute. He said, where can I send my photography work to, fam? At The Real Serious Jones on Instagram. By the way, double tap that screen if you're just coming in here. What's up, new people? I see y'all coming in. The numbers is going up. You know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We just going to chop it like a bocce in your face. If you didn't already know, this is out right now. Y'all done messed up. I just learned a whole new feature. We about to be, it's over now. Imagine when I got to roast somebody now. Oh, man. Woo-hoo. Nah, you better leave me alone. You better leave me alone, because this feature right here, oh, man. I just unlocked a whole nother thing. But anyway, at The Real Serious Jones, y'all know I'm just learning all this stuff on the fly, man. I guess that's why we doing numbers too, because y'all could tell I ain't one of these, you know what I mean? I'm learning how to, use these devices. When that's a damn shame, because I really been in entertainment for 25 years. Why the hell I ain't been had a podcast, right? Why the hell I ain't been had my YouTube channel popping? Why have I not been feeding y'all content? Because honestly, I've been content. Bars and facts. I've been content with just, okay, I'm getting my bread over here. I ain't even trying to, I didn't know what these YouTube checks would look like. I didn't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said exactly. He said, I appreciate you, bro. He says, because life is serious now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Double tap that screen if you in this month. You know what I mean? He says, I have a podcast for you. Okay, we could talk. He says, dude is soft to me. I'll knock him out for you, bro. Hey, look, man, like I said, brother, we right here, we spreading light and positivity right now, right? Now, let me speak on that, right? If there is somebody, he says, Summer Jam Screen Serious. Hey, nigga don't want to be up on this screen. You wind up on this screen? Woo! It's going to be spicy on this screen. You know that, right? But right now, Afro Jones available right now. If you have not already got this album is literally taking over the world. As y'all can see by the numbers in here, as I just showed y'all earlier. You know what I'm saying? We are really affecting different markets all over the world, from Ukraine to Australia to Africa. I appreciate y'all, right? But I want y'all to get into it, right? So he says, the choice is yours. He says, hey, okay, you're out of here. All right. Okay, now look, these people that you're speaking about, right? They're not in the bracket of what I'm talking about, right? What I'm talking about is this, and this is what I want to convey for anybody, any young person that's watching this, even old people, whoever. This is my perspective, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, right? I look at life from a realistic standpoint, right? I understand that we're living in a world where the internet and people digesting content and just having something to click on and like is what is precedent right now. That's what takes precedence. Truth, facts, reality, the things that actually are the truth don't matter. If y'all are telling me that somebody that literally just said themselves that they joined a gang after being a complete grown man, then obviously that person wants some type of acceptance. They want some type of validation. They want some type of whatever that is, right? Me, I'm on the complete opposite spectrum. I've been doing my best to stay completely out of the way. For 10 years, almost 8 years, I stopped battle rapping completely because I didn't want to have no interaction with all of that extra stuff that I saw it was becoming, right? And then what? At Return of the Legends, Summer Madness 2, when it was literally named Return of the Legends, and they literally paid me more than I'd ever asked for from them, and they literally did all of the things that made it make sense, that's what brought me back to the culture. And I fell in love with the bars and the stage, with putting on, with the culture that I grew as a kid, right? The art of it. That's what I'm into it for. Y'all never seen me. This is why people acting like it's so crazy for me to just say what's on my mind now. For me to just not hold back, and if somebody comes at me, then I say whatever about them. But the thing is, people expect you to just keep taking it, pause, super pause. They expect you to just keep rolling with the punches because you always been cool like that. So when you finally kick up and it starts to be like, nah, bruh, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to jail. I'm dealing with this, that, this. I'm tired. Hell no. That if that's hate and I could tell it's hatred and I'm looking at it and I'm seeing it and I'm smelling it and I know it's just negativity and hate, yeah, I don't gotta like that. I don't gotta be okay with that. I don't have to have tact about the way I respond to someone negatively trying to sabotage me. Or do I? Y'all tell me. He said, respect, Jones. Speak your truth. Is it my truth or is it just the truth, though? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really be liking when people say your truth. Because everyone will try to make the truth their own version. You know what I'm saying? This is just the truth to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't start no problems, bro. I really don't. People speak and comment on me as if it's supposed to just be free reign. That man knows what he did. And I don't even want to speak on him specifically or make this is not about that. You know what I'm saying? So if those people like you just named are somewhere commiserating, talking about Jones right now, then that just goes to show everything that we've been saying, which is that people stand by the fire to keep warm. Motherfuckers going to use your name if they think it's going to be a way that they can something. And when people see you shining, they ain't going to like it. They're going to try to do stuff to sabotage it, yell in the middle of it, over this, or just obvious opposition energy. Hello? He said, that's true. And there is only one truth. Absolutely. All right? He said, steel sharpens steel. See, this is why I like chopping here with y'all, because, you know what I'm saying? I make it make sense, and we make it make sense together. And as y'all can see, chat, I don't shy away from none of y'all questions. Y'all can ask me anything right here, and I keep it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanna be the best me I can be. So sometimes I have to be, you know, real with myself. And if you look at the live earlier, I spoke on this and I said why, as a man and as a Muslim, right? As a Muslim, you can't even see that good. Oh, that's crazy. I tried to show y'all the rug, but I guess you gotta take this off. But I'm leaving Afro Jones up there for a while. Yeah, we're leaving Afro Jones up there for a while. But if you're somebody that actually does have a real heart, and you're somebody that actually do have like some type of spiritual grounding, you don't like negativity regardless if you're right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't like negativity regardless if I'm right or wrong. Even if it's something that I didn't start, I still don't, it's just corny to me. I just don't even want to have no issue with like, what? I'm trying to get money, bro. I just don't hate on me. Just stop hating. Especially when I show love. What's so hard to understand about that? You know what I'm saying? He says, I hope you battle. That would be crazy. Yo, listen, Raymond, that's a question that other people have to, you have to ask other people. I don't know, brother. I don't know why people hate. I don't know why people deliberately do things to try and sabotage you, but it's obvious if you pay attention and you see it. So that's it. It don't matter why. It don't have to make sense to you or to me for it to happen, right? Because it happened several times at this point, to the point where it's really just got frustrating to me, to be honest. That's all that is. All right? He said, King Wolverine Jones, salute, man. He says, he's mad at the live with you and Murder Mook, most likely. Hey, most likely, brother. But if you're mad at something, I saw him after that. And we ain't gonna keep making this about that. Y'all keep talking about this. We're gonna direct the energy of this where it belongs, which is on the point and on the lesson of why we're here today, which is that the streets and all this stuff is corny, bruh. You know what's cool? It's cool being here, being free, making Afrobeat albums. It's cool dropping gems on the youngins so they can stay out of problems. It's not cool trying to be gangster as 40-year-old men with children. Ain't nothing cool about that. That's never been the person I'm trying to be. That's not what I'm promoting. Y'all haven't seen no videos with me with no firearms. Y'all don't see no videos with me promoting no illegal activities. Y'all don't see none of that. What y'all see is me getting passionate about people playing with me and sometimes just cracking inappropriate ass jokes at motherfuckers that's coming at me. That's it. What else? Jonah World says facts. He says, that's the devil, brother. There will always be evil all over the world. Bro, this is how I genuinely feel, y'all. I feel like the more that I'm working, the more that I'm going up, the devil is just trying to attack me from all levels, bro. And these people that you named and the things that we're talking about right here, look at what these people are saying. Look at the narratives they're trying to paint. All of a sudden, they're coming up with bringing stuff from 13 years ago and trying to act like this is relevant stuff of who I am as a man. When I have all types of things that happen every day for the last 20 years. Now y'all want to go back 13, 14 years ago talking about, oh yeah, like a man getting sucker punched is his measure of a man. Like, it's weird. They don't have nothing to say. So they're really upset when they see these numbers that I just showed y'all. When they see this, right? When they see this is when they get high. When they see this, every single live, every single time, right? Every time we go live, when they see these numbers, that's what they mad at. Because they don't do this organically. The videos that they got talking about me ain't even doing these numbers. They ain't even doing half of these numbers on the same videos they got talking about me. Ain't that crazy? Look. 15,000 people. 12,000, 13,000 almost, right? 7,000 almost. This is in one live. This is just people coming through. He said Afro Jones with the exclamations. Come on, B. Come on, B. Come on, B. He says, wow, that happened. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to turn the green screen on. He said, wow, that happened 13, 14 years ago? Damn. Yeah. 2013, people. 2013. Come on, man. Y'all niggas ain't got nothing better to do. They mad, y'all. They mad. And they don't want to admit, right? They don't want to admit it. Y'all crying in the comments. This mad crying faces. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this shit. Yo, he says, we're never getting an Afro Rex album or Afro Mook album. Hey, yo, y'all niggas is crazy, bro. Y'all niggas is crazy. Yo, I'm dying at that one. He says, we celebrating likes now? No, brother. We're not celebrating likes. What we are doing is displaying stats. What we are doing is showing numbers and growth. What we are doing is showing and proving that we taking over. What we are doing is going all the way up like a turtleneck. Yeah, what we are doing is letting niggas know it's up and stuck like a cat in a tree. Yeah, what we are doing is flexing like we double jointed to make sure y'all niggas know that these niggas is disappointed and they can't fuck with the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? They ain't on the same level, my brother. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Does that upset you? Does that bother you? Huh? Does that bother you for me to show you them type of numbers? That means I'm flexing likes, right? And ironically, that wasn't likes. Because honestly, we need to do way better with likes. We ain't even got, all of y'all in here ain't even like it. But we got the views, right? We got the traffic. We got the algorithm. We got the world's attention, brother. And all that we're doing is conveying realness. So I'm taking this somewhere else. See, look, see how ego works? Now I'm starting to pop it. See? No. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Uhudu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I'm doing it. I'm letting my pride and my ego speak right now. Pardon me. Why we're here today is to speak on what I want y'all to know about my views on the streets, right? Okay. The streets, he said, salute, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's probably him on a, yo, listen, I see y'all roasting that niggas. I'm not even gonna keep repeating that stuff because see, it's making me be negative. It's pulling me down. It's pulling me into the, see? No, we gotta stay elevated. We here chopping it in a positive way. We in here kicking the game around and we learning something, earning something. By the way, the super chat is on right now. Somebody type $the Wolf Way in the comments. Y'all know how we do. If y'all want to ask me any specific questions, I will derail and get right to your question as long as the super chat is on. You just double tap that $, if you want to, you know, whatever you want to do, and I appreciate y'all, right? He said, nah, bro, you right. Nah, respectfully, right? So let me break it down for y'all, right? And those that's just got here, double tap that screen. It don't cost you nothing to press that button. You know what I'm saying? I would like for you to subscribe also so you know when we about to vibe. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. He says, okay, if anybody is saying anything negative, I'm going to address all that afterwards, all right? Or might not. But let's look at it like this. America. What was America based on? What built America? They came here with soldiers, sailors, and literally the dredges, as they call the dredges of the jails of England and Spain. And these places where they were giving the people, they were giving the captains and the sailors and Amerigo Vespucci and Christopher Columbus and all these other guys, they would give them some ships, some money, and some expendable people that they don't care if they, you know, whatever. We're not giving you our good soldiers for some mission across the sea somewhere, right? We're going to give you some guys that probably not the most desirable guys, you know what I'm saying? Probably not the most, you know what I'm saying, honorable guys, right? And what did they do? They came to this country, they R-worded, they looted, they pillaged, and they basically wiped out a whole civilization, right? That's what founded this country. And then once they did that, what did they say? You know what? They ran off on the plug. They ran off on the plug. They told Spain, they told Britain and all them, F you, this is our place now, right? This is the new world, right? This is what made America, right? Then what did they do? They said, damn, we can't make these Native Americans, these Indians, we can't make them work for us. Then we're gonna have to find like somebody to do this work. Well, they got these big, strong African guys that they kind of trust in. They might, you know, we might could get that out. They took a whole nother race of people to build the wealth and the industries of this country. Steel, sugar, cotton. These were the industries that made America wealthy, that gave these families that still basically are the ones that kind of, you know what I'm saying, are in power, the wealth of America. This is what built America, right? And then the Chinese came and built the railroads, and the Irish and the Italians, they came and they built a lot of the cities. They did a lot of mason work, the stone work, all of this stuff, right? This is what built America, right? And think about how hard body it was. Y'all seen movies like The Gangs of New York and all that type of stuff, right? So we know from day one, it's always been a thing, especially in America, for the gangster to be celebrated. From Billy the Kid, right? To even Wyatt Earp and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Them stories is about how they, right? That's was the heroes. The people that was really willing to go all the way out, right? Al Capone, all that, John Gotti, right? Throughout the eras, who has the heroes always been? Donald Trump. Huh? Am I making sense? Chat, let me know if I'm making sense, chat. You know what I'm saying? This is the foundation of America for real. So the gangster or the G has always been celebrated because it's always looked at as that's the character of America for real. That's the character of the culture of America. So people think that they're supposed to personify that, and you know what I'm saying? That's why gang culture and all that shit is attractive, because America has always been about gangs. It's always been about that. You know what I'm saying? You said serious sense. It makes serious sense? Okay. All right, respect. So let's get down to us now. Now, growing up as somebody in the Nation of Islam, growing up with Minister Farrakhan and you know, Khalid Muhammad and people like this, I actually met them and would be around them. And my uncles would pull up with the Nation, with the brothers, with the, you know, caravans and all this stuff. I saw what the power of the Nation was, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Flacco, respectfully, I don't want to block none of y'all, all right? Just let me get through my shit. If you don't be trying to distract people, all right? As a matter of fact, you right here, you, King Vaughn, state of mind, you're going to stand in the corner for 10 minutes, sir, okay? Act like I got some sense in these comments, all right? Just because I ain't got my mediators on deck. They be having jobs and shit, too. I don't know, big time, where you at, man? Shit getting crazy, you know? But look, okay. And I don't care. Y'all control in the comments, too, but, you know, just try to keep it somewhat respectful so you don't get it, you know. I don't want to get my stuff demonetized and all that. I'm not sure how that works, but some of y'all, when you say derogatory stuff, you know, whatever. So, boom. Let's go to black people now. Our nature, usually, in my experience, like, we are loving people, yo. Like, even though we've been through slavery and all that, you go to my projects right now, you're gonna see a white person just skip out of the building and no one's gonna bother them. Says your favorite YouTube, salute, man. No one's gonna bother them. They're gonna walk out the hood and no one's gonna say, oh man, this is for slavery. We don't think that way still, right? We don't have vengeful hearts usually. You know who we have vengeful hearts against? Each other. Each other. That's who we think like that about. We don't want no revenge from the people that literally have our whole people in the barrels like crabs fighting for survival. We're not mad at them, but we mad at each other, right? So I always saw this from the inside out. I always was taught by my father, my family, and everybody that, look, we are supposed to be for our people. You fighting against another black man is literally doing the enemy's job. That's not cool to me. That never was cool to me, to have ops and to say what you doing to another black man. So even though I don't like being attacked, I don't like feeling like I'm, you know, being disrespected or sabotaged or any of that, right? But at the same token, I also don't want to go back and forth or have no negative issues with another black man. There was nothing cool about that to me. Because you know why? That means that I'm basically going against everything that I've been taught. That means I'm going against my own nature, which is to see us on the same page, man. That's why in the game, you say you stay on the peace side. I want to see another black man make it. I want for my brother what I want for myself in real life. The problem comes in it, the fact that I'm a human being and I got an ego and I have pride and I have all of that too. So if I feel attacked, which I have been a lot lately, is it in my head? Let me know, chat. Is it all in my head? Lefa says, talk that talk. Tearing each other apart. May Allah reward you. Nah, thank you. I appreciate you. You put the wolf in the target emoji. On point? He says, Serious, you really on, OG. Thank you. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know if I'm not making sense. You know what I'm saying? But this is the reality of the way that I was taught to function. I do my best to function. And to be honest with myself, I've been pulled out of character more so recently because of the fact that I've never been at this place. I've never been at this place. Where not only I'm back and at the top of the food chain, but now they done ran out of stuff. So now they're going back 13 years. Oh, well, let's go to the only thing that we got then. I mean, I know that was kind of over, but like, hey, let's bring that back. Gotti kind of brought it back up and it was viral. So, hey, let's do that again. That's the only other move we got, right? To the point where it pulls the energy into, wait a minute, street stuff. Okay, let's break down the streets. The streets are ran by Shaitan, bro. The devil got the streets. The devil got the night. Okay? You know why? Because that's what motivates and fuels a lot of the desires, you know what I'm saying, of the night, right? Gambling, sex, violence, all of this type of stuff is fueled by the dark side, right or wrong. So once you get pulled into that realm, once it's something like that, the first reaction is to go to that, right? But the crazy part is, that to me was always scary. I never wanted to live life as a street guy. I always looked at it like, this does not look like a rewarding career choice to me. My uncles all been to prison. My father, his cousins, they've all been through all type of crazy scenarios and are lucky to be alive. Even as a young kid, I had gotten into situations where shootouts and cut myself, just trying to get up out of situations where I wound up just damn near hurting myself. I been through all type of violence and seen all type of violence, and it was never cool to me. It was never something I looked at as like a badge of honor. Even though, no, that's a lie. Of course, at one stage, yes. I'm a man, I have testosterone, yes. I do like it when I feel like I can win a fight, and I'm not gonna lie, I do like that. That's something we probably all do, right? Why am I capping? That's real. I do like that part. And that's the problem, right? Because that's ego. That's pride. That's you not looking at a law and glorifying yourself, feeling yourself like, yeah, I'm that guy. That's bad. That's Shaitan. That's the devil, right? So I'm aware enough to myself to know that, yeah, I can be, influenced in negative ways too, especially when we have a culture now where we have lots of people who their objective is to be street. That's who they want to be. You're doing your best to do what? Sell books. The Art of Word War audio book on sale right now. We break down the educational history of battle rap and one of the largest art forms to take over the world. And I'm luckily and blessed one of the legends and pioneers that was there from the soil and inception of this beautiful thing, this beautiful culture that's saturating and taking over the world. But the bad part of what's transpiring now is the art form, the culture part of it, it's not really respected like that, right? People just want to click. People see some little narrative and they run with it. Now everybody got a blog saying this. Oh, are they gonna this? Is this gonna that? Everyone takes anything negative and blows it up. So to me, being a part of something like that is just kind of like weird, because you don't even have to have negative intentions for something negative. Well, I could be in the streets for that. That's the point. Battle rap is supposed to get us out of that. We're supposed to come to battle rap to have a safe haven, to use the energy, the swag that we got from the streets, the pizzazz, the wit, the stories maybe, whatever, to be able to use that in an art form. That's what battle rap is supposed to be. Not a bunch of niggas that never got to be real gangsters in real life using battle rap as the platform to do that, and creating actual real street smoke behind battle rap. Hello? He says, salute. He says, spit those facts. He says, yo, I'm in here. Salute, Brother Jones. Did you and Mook hash things out after y'all's disrespectful live? No, see how you saying y'all? See what I'm saying? Again, you're doing the y'all thing. It's not a y'all. It's one guy that woo-walked, helped someone rehearse, showed love to the point where I actually looked extra and didn't even care, okay? And then there's someone that didn't appreciate that, threw little jabs, said crazy shit out his mouth on the internet, and then not only didn't apologize to me, but apologized to the world on the internet. See what I'm saying? That's not a y'all, bro. That's a man being a stand-up nigga and doing right, and a nigga being a sucker. And if a nigga ain't gonna make it right and say, yo, my bad, I was wildin'. So my reaction to you doing some weird shit or being not only ungrateful and basically acting like you don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me no friendship, no loyalty, no explanation, no nothing. Who am I, right? I ain't nobody. Oh, well, if that was the case, why would you, right? So come on, man. Let's keep it real. If you're a fan of these rappers and that's why you don't want to pick sides, say that. Say that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm on the side of right, brother. These people that y'all mentioned with me and these semi-conflicts that seem like I'm having because of battle rap are people that are coming at me in a negative way when my heart was pure. My heart has always been pure for battle rappers and especially black men. Huh? So the whole street thing and trying to perpetuate and act tough and thinking like that's something good to be a gangster, I want to make that clear right now, especially for the youngsters that pay attention to the culture. Do not fall into that trap. Because let me tell you where gangsters go. They go in the ground or they go in the cell. I've been in the cell. I'm not trying to go back, and I'm not trying to go in the ground yet. So the last thing I want is to have issues that can lead to something that could potentially be that serious behind battle rap. But you know what I don't want? I don't want to be hated on. I don't want people trying to sabotage my work that lives for 20 years, 15 years, as we see. Right or wrong? Right? We got battles that live 20 years. Do I want somebody in my battle deliberately trying to ruin my thing? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all right, put user in timeout. I'm going to give you a 10 minutes, Mr. Lav, and whoever you are, I can't spell your name, right? But if you're just going to say random negativity like this stream sucks, okay, obviously, brother, you don't pay attention to the numbers. You're just a random hater, and these are some of the best streaming numbers on the internet right now, actually, brother. So just for the negativity, this is what we're going to do for you. Since the stream sucks, but you're still here, I'm not going to block you. I'm going to give you one chance. I'm going to put you in 30 minutes in the hole. Stand in the corner and think about that hatred pulsating through your veins, man. Okay? Because some of y'all really just got hate in your blood, man. Just a whole lot of hate in your blood. Shit crazy. You know what I mean? He says, like people are grumpy, just old haters sometimes. Yeah, man. You know, it's crazy out here. But you see what the name of the live is? The streets don't love nobody, man. So if the streets don't love nobody, you know the internet don't love nobody. Because at least the streets got a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? The streets, they'll know you. You know, oh, that's little Raj, man. Yeah, like, nah, his sister was this and his mom is this. You know, come on, man. They might have a little love for you. The internet ain't got no love for nothing, nobody. You know what I'm saying? He says, Uncle Jonesy, what's happening, brother? How you feeling? So, all right. So let me land the plane what I'm talking about this street versus, you know, cool, right? Let me tell you what cool is. Cool is not having to look over your shoulder for nothing, except for the fact that you just protecting yourself as a man. What's cool is not having to be in a gang or be an affiliation with someone else in order to be, you know, a gangster. A gangster meaning you do what you want when you want. A gangster meaning you have your own company. You don't have to answer to no bosses. A gangster meaning you have the means to move the world around you, right? Not a gangster in the terms of whatever other people think. I don't never care about what other people's opinions of my life are, right? But I do care about maintaining a certain level of prestige on your brand. Because that's what keeps you fed. That's what keeps you in the game for 25, 30 years like I've been blessed to do, right? So if somebody doesn't understand, and it seems like your Uncle Jones, you've been crashing lately, he just been on time, and maybe you don't understand that Jones is doing his best to preserve not only his legacy, but his brand. Jones is using his energy and his platform to not only go all the way up like a turtleneck in terms of numbers and viewership and work, but in making sure that we have the right narratives. We have the right message that we promoting. And the right message is, no, man, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke with Rex. I don't want no smoke with Mook. I don't want no smoke with none of these rap dudes that I've had back and forth on the internet with. This is battle rap stuff. Now, if something is up and it becomes a thing, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've never been somebody to back down from nothing. But the reality is, this is corny that battle rap has turned into a bunch of people trying to act like they have real gangster issues in real life when people are actually fathers and businessmen and actually rappers professionally. Like, that's what they've been doing for their whole life. So why is this thing a thing where people think that being street is something to glorify? A man telling you a story about his journey, a man using his pain to monetize, right? A man giving you stories that are detailed in his brain, so I could tell him good. I can make it sound funny. I can give you all the details of something because I understand the details of it, right? So that's why I'm using these street stories. That's why I'm using these jail stories. That's why I'm using these adventures that I've been through to promote good messages. Some people just looking at the messenger and not the message. Some people are just looking at the case and the book on the book's cover, but ain't flipping the pages. Hello? Because if you've been flipping the pages and you've been going through these lives and these episodes, you'll know the type of jewels we drop. You'll know the type of energy that we promoting. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Banks, I think I blocked you earlier, did I not? I think I put you in timeout earlier, Jamal Banks. And here you are, again, trying to promote negativity and asking me questions about somebody that you know I had smoke with in my life. When I'm sitting here telling you, brother, that this is what we are here to say. We don't want any of that energy. We're doing this, my brother, okay? This is what I'm going to keep showing you so that you can understand clearly. We're doing this. Afro Jones, okay? Matter of fact, all right. He says, okay, you're bad. All right, see? It's all love, brother. See how easy that is? We just promoting this, bro. Alexander says 100. Like, we've been on work mode. And anybody that's not paying attention, and you only paying attention to the negativity surrounding Serius Jones, what does that say about you? Because we got a lot of positive works going on out here. If all you catching is the negativity, then maybe that's what you like. Maybe that's what you want. Not speaking to you, Jamal. I'm just saying in general, right? I'm just talking about this whole issue, right? So, you know what I mean? He says, Alex, don't come at him. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? We live and learn. You know what I'm saying? He's just getting to know me like a lot of people are. Y'all don't know me. A lot of y'all just know what you heard or whatever. So I'm not even mad at people for really wanting to know, right? Like, is y'all niggas cool? Like, is this some rap stuff? Do you just be trying to say stuff for clout, Jones? Like, you know, y'all don't all know me or know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So I understand if you want to know, and if you ask me direct questions like some of the ones y'all ask, as y'all see, I don't shy away from them. Honestly, I didn't even want to speak on Rex or Mook or any of that in this blog and on this episode, because if you look at the live earlier, I addressed these things. But because y'all, this is what's on y'all mind, and I'm not hiding from nothing, and I want to make sure that we address the public and the issues at hand, as you can see, I'm on it like a hornet. So we're going to make sure that we lay it down flat. He says, word. He says, what's your favorite battle you had? We talking about something else respectfully right now. He said, facts, Jones gotta say sorry. Why does Jones have to say sorry? And if you think that I have to say sorry and nobody has to say sorry to me, then you really don't understand. Because you know what? I basically almost did kind of say sorry earlier. The only reason I didn't say the words I'm sorry is because y'all really don't, like, people don't really understand or respect a nigga being 100 and actually just doing what's right. A lot of people look at shit as weakness for you doing the right thing. And that's why they think they could play in the first place. Nobody did none of this playing with me, bro. Until now, all of a sudden, that's the last move to try to do is like little slick shit. Just come out and say it. I would rather nigga just sit in my face like, yo, I ain't feeling you or something. Don't see me and talk to me and act like stuff is cool and then do something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's super GAY, exactly. Say to me, bro, look, I ain't feeling, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da-da-da. Don't wait until I'm in a battle and just try to throw me off yelling time at me. Like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that was my only issue. And if I'm making fun of something that bad that just happened with you, I'm not going out of my way to do that. That's what happened. We all seen it. I'm talking about what's right there on the table. That was what happened. So why are you doing this when that just happened to you? That's what I'm saying. Is that completely insensitive? Yes. Is that inappropriate? Yes. Since when is there a rule book where you're supposed to be cordial and respectful to people that you feel like are hitting on you? And okay, if he said he was told to call time, then why didn't he call time on Big T then? Why didn't he call time once on Big T then? If he was told to call time. And I don't think that's true because I'm without getting too far into it, I spoke to Kayshawn. So even if that was the case, that's one example. There's plenty of other examples, bro, where obviously boy just don't like me and be throwing shade. That's it. It's not more rocket science than that. He don't like me and be throwing shade. That's it. So I'm not feeling that, bro. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the real one. If I got problems with somebody, I'ma say it. I'm not gonna throw shade and do little underlying shit. I'm gonna just come out and say what it is. So I don't have no problem with him. The problem that I have is people having a problem with me. I had a problem with him yelling time in my battle, overly, deliberately trying to distract me and doing funny shit. That's what I have a problem with. That's it. It said, Alex, you good? Yeah, Alex is good money. He said, man, F that. Dude, a grown-ass man. He can apologize if he choose to. It says, cause you overreacted and didn't understand. Nah, see, you giving niggas passes. Talking about I didn't understand why he had to. Just say some of y'all is fans. I get it. You're just a battle rap fan and you don't care. If somebody disrespects or violates me, you don't care. You just want to be a fan of both people. Just say that. Okay? Because you don't care when people do wrong by me. That's wrong if I support a nigga, show love, be on stage, hyping a nigga up, helping him go over his bars. And not only do he throw what seemed like a subliminal shot, but when people call you out on it, do you say, nah, bro, I would never do that to you, bro. You my boy, and I would never da-da-da-da. Exactly. He says real shit. Like, come on, bro. We know what's real and what's not. That ain't real, bro. So if a nigga got a problem that turned into something and you got a problem with me because of that, but you in my face and you don't say nothing about it. You don't address me like a real nigga and say, yo, whatever. So if we have an issue, we can deal with the issue. Don't tell me there wasn't no issue and there ain't no animosity and you just doing your job. That's cap. He said, of course, different times nowadays. Like, come on, bro, for real. He said Serius got the same shirt as Quincy Jones from the Off the Wall video. Is my shirt really that dirty? I can't really see if it's stained like that. He said LOL. He said, oh nah, y'all definitely got He said, you better have a problem. Don't get caught slipping, John. Listen, no, I don't have a problem with nobody. If somebody has a problem with me, that's up to them. I felt hated on. I felt like he tried to sabotage me, and it kind of worked a little bit because he threw me off. He messed up my cadence. He was deliberately overdoing it, brother. Period. He was also in another one of my battles doing the same thing. There's also another video on the internet where I was popping in and he had to come in with. So this is some battle rap stuff to me. If somebody else wants to take it beyond that, because I made fun of you having a seizure during a battle rap. Okay? This was on stage that this happened to this man. I made fun of something we all saw in battle rap. The same way niggas make fun of me all the time for something we all saw in battle rap, right? So if somebody else wants to take it beyond that because they feel like, oh, that's too much, it's what happened. And if I was somebody that just happened to, I had a seizure before. If niggas made fun of me having a seizure, well, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna unalive you now because you made fun of me having a seizure. You had a seizure. Like, he said, speak the truth, Joe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, bro. That's all it is. So, like I said, I don't got no problem with nobody. And if niggas got a problem with me, I would appreciate it if a nigga just actually has a direct problem with me. And actually just hits me up and says, yo, look, boom, 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 how we handle it, how like men, however we handle it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I do it. I don't respect the sneaky stuff. I don't respect the underlying hatred. I don't respect I'm showing nothing but love. And guess what? I had just saw that man. Wallahi, I had just seen him and he got busy at his show. And I saluted and I told him, even though I know he felt the way from before, even though I know we had that awkward little moment outside and all that, I still saluted the fact that he did good. And I said to him, to his face, and he know it, I said, yo, bro, you can't be getting crazy like that. I'm gonna have to jump in the ring with you. And you know what he said to me? He said, nah, come on, Joe, let me get these other niggas out the way first. Let me get these other niggas out the way first. I said, all right, I respect it, but good shit, bro. I said, I ain't no hater. I said, I ain't no hater. Wallahi. So y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And y'all don't know why I would feel like, man. But that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? He says, Serius Jones, go back to battle rapping. I don't know what that means. But anyway, he says, tell us a story from Grind Time. I wasn't in Grind Time, brother. I never was in Grind Time. He says, I guess all the promotion is good promotion. That's what they say, man. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, all I'm trying to convey and what I want the youngins to understand out there, because some people, I guess, is just too far gone. They're going to think whatever they want to think. They're going to feel whatever they want to feel. Even if you're giving them the Jews, even if you're speaking from literally the heart, right? Even if you're just doing what you think is the best thing to do. Some people still gonna feel how they want to feel, right? So who I'm speaking to is really the youth, the younger people that follow the culture, that might be paying attention to my algorithm on YouTube, because I'm sure we got some young people in these numbers if we're doing this many numbers, right? Do not let them fool you, bro. These people, most of them, are good people. They don't want to go to jail for life. They don't want to be in the grave. I don't, okay? So when people acting like that's a thing, right? Especially over battle rap, that's the worst place to be in. And I never want to be in that place to where my life is in jeopardy because of rap. That shit is corny, bro. And that's what's happening in these so-called streets. You know why? Because the era that I grew up in, it wasn't about being validated by other people about your gangster. You don't even want people to know that. You want to be able to be player about it. You want to be able to go places and they don't know you get busy because they're just going to be scared of you. You want to be able to show up at the dealership and just smile and they shaking your hands and say, oh, Mr. Jones, how you doing? You don't want to be known as the guy to be scared of. Nobody wants to get money with you then. And they're going to want to unalive you. Okay? So don't fall for the nonsense just because you see somebody reacting in a certain way. Don't think that they're trying to perpetuate a negative narrative. Maybe they're just being a human being. Maybe they just have feelings too. Okay? But no, it is not cool to be some street guy. Street guys don't sleep well. I still can't sleep good, y'all. You see how y'all be on me like, though, do you ever sleep? Not really. Not really. He says, that's not it. Exactly. Trust me, it's not. I can't sleep good. My dreams be crazy. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, I got to keep protection with me. That's why I keep catching gun charges. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not cool. It's not something you want to do. So when you see me on this channel breaking down anything that's related to my journeys in the lifestyle or whatever that I've been through as a younger me, it is to learn from. It is not to do anything other than that. It is to get some game from. It's to show you how maybe you can learn from my mistakes. So I keep it real with y'all. What I said on the live earlier, y'all need to check out the episode I dropped earlier. Maybe I'll change the name a little bit so they'll know that's what I'm addressing, right? Because I don't like putting people names in it and all this stuff, right? Because then it looks like I'm chasing it. But this is what y'all keep talking about. You know what I'm saying? He said, your name is everywhere, bro. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We working, man. Afro Jones out right now, man. Afro Jones right now on all platforms right now, all right? And G.I. Jones and Meet the Wolf and the Art of Werewolf book, okay? So we working, bro. And I got all type of different battles that's out that been happening. The Marv 1 battle is out. The Fire Misfit battle is out. The John battle is out. The Dude Severe in Pittsburgh battle is out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working, bro. Chris says Fire album. His mom sells jars of queef on eBay. That's OD. He says, I got a lot of homies that pass away from street drug stuff. Now they're a distant memory. Life is precious. Yeah, like literally, bro. Like, literally, I almost lost my life. There's lots of people that I have that's lost their lives. That's the last thing I ever want to do is make people think that, yeah, you out here trying to act like being a street nigga. It's like, bro, that's what they want y'all to believe. That's what the ops are going to tell y'all about Jones. That's what he doing. He over there trying to seem tough and trying to act like he's some gangster. Bro, never ever will you find me in a video, on anything, doing anything to say, nigga, I'm a real gangster. And if I ever said that, I probably was drunk and I was like angry when somebody was coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But he said, you definitely beat Marv. Salute. They acted like I lost to Marv at first, right? Wasn't they acting like that? They was like, oh, I don't know. They was acting like I lost to Marv. I'm like, damn. He says, why'd you call Hitman the Baron Davis of battle rap? See, y'all just trying to start stuff. See what I mean? Y'all just trying to start stuff. Okay, when I said that, I was speaking to his explosiveness. Baron Davis is a very explosive player and actually is one of my favorite players. Okay, so I didn't mean that as an insult. I meant that to say that his style of play is explosive. Okay, meaning his punchlines and his delivery, he's to me, it's equivalent of that type of playing style, sir. That's what I meant. All right, Raymond, you straddling the fence, bro. Pause, and you see I done answered your questions, but you seem like you kind of like really, you know what I mean? It's borderline trollish, brother. But as you can see, we ain't avoiding nothing. You know what I mean? He says, crease line. Hey, John, don't be attacking people in here either, brother. Okay? You know what? Oh, you're out of here. He said the combined credit score of, oh yeah, we don't do racism, brother. We don't do racism. Okay? But we'll let you keep trolling Song Jones. The irony, you want to name yourself Jones, though, right? He says she sells feet pics as well. Are you talking about my mom? Talking about my mom? All right, you're in timeout for that, brother. Even though, you know, it's kind of whatever. I can't see you to snap on your mama, but I'm going to put you in timeout for 5 minutes just for talking about my mama, because I love my mama, and she's a good lady. What's up, mama love? You know what I mean? He said, that's real. He says, Hitman Beat Buttons. They battle? I don't even know about that. He says, I'm a Jones, brother. What's good? What's going on, brother? He said, let's talk about the track list. What's your favorite joint on the album? Okay, well, honestly, it's hard. Pause. It's hard for me to pick because I like Top Dog. I like G-Locks. I like Champagne Showers. I like Water. I like The Cold World Hot Girl. I like Amputate. I like all of these joints. And I like them for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to pick what would be a favorite right now, the one I'm jacking the most right now, I would say probably G-Locks. Right? And that's the video that we shooting. He said, yeah, appreciate you, brother. He says, watching you, Jones. Oh, somebody said, because it's a 91 people watching you, Jones. You washed up, my boy. Actually, it's 100 right now. And let's see. I think we have another ignorant person here, people. Okay? Let's go through this. Let's go through this, okay? Apparently people are not understanding what's going on. You see that? You see that, sir? These are the numbers that are per live. Because you see 100 people at one time in a live, genius, that doesn't mean how many people have come through here. Okay? We're going to be here for probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, shit like that. I am sitting in the house, relaxing with my dog. Okay? We don't have to have any timelines on here, brother. But every time that I go up on here, I get to the bag. You hating ass mother effer. But see, because of the fact that I'm teaching the people right now about the patience of not reacting in a negative way, of not perpetuating what people look at as being street or tough, when in reality, it's just that I got a little bit of an anger issue. I got a little bit of a patience problem sometimes. If you hit me, I have a problem with that, so I react. You go low, I go to hell. Pause. That's really the reality. So what happens is it gives off the wrong message. And this is why I want to make sure that anybody that sees this knows you are not going to see anybody. I am not trying to hurt nobody. I'm not trying to tear nobody's image down. I don't want to see nothing but everybody survive, thrive, and live long. I don't got no smoke with nobody that I feel like other way right now. Are there people out there that I kind of feel like they should get a little lesson or something? Yeah. But has it been pressing enough for me to do somebody? No, I would have already, right? I'm doing this here. We doing the work. If somebody come at me sideways and I say an inappropriate joke about them, don't act like that means I'm chasing some smoke, bro. I just want motherfuckers to leave me alone. Is that too much to ask? I want to do my job without feeling like someone trying to throw me off. That's it. Said, oh, J1S, the only great one left. Salute. I like the consistency. Keep up the good Workington. Salute, man. He says, pause, but you like my girl with that, LOL. She's a good person, but when she feels disrespected, she goes low. See, but you know what? Okay, I'm not going to take offense to that because you said pause, right? So I guess you're not calling me a B-word ass dude. But to be honest, I don't always go low. That's the point. A lot of times I let it roll off my back. I pretend like it's nothing. And then it builds up. And once it builds up, that's what winds up happening. But I'm man enough to say that's not the classiest way to be. As a father, as a Muslim, that's not the man I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be petty. I don't want to have problems behind something that I could have just not say nothing about. But it is what it is. If I react in a way that I felt and I genuinely felt that way, it's like, nigga, if somebody don't respect how I feel, why the fuck should I respect how they feel? But that's what we talking about, right? Where being someone that's grown beyond the mentality of the streets. Because that's the mentality of the streets. You slap my cat, I unalive your dog, right? You go low, I go lower. That's the mentality of the streets. That's the poison that sometimes we still have in us, in our minds and in our spirits, that we got to get beyond. That's what this live is about. And this is what I want my young brothers to understand. You don't want to be a victim of your own pride. You don't want to be a victim of your own ego. It's okay to say, yo, I don't want no problem, man. Listen, just leave me alone. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. And I'm the first to say, listen, I don't ever advocate ducking no wreck though, right? If it's up there, hey, handle your business, nigga. Because that's what happens. When people think that you scared of wreck, when they think that they can kind of like get at you with no consequence, that's when they get loose with it. That's when they start going to that extra mile or doing things that they wouldn't normally do. Huh? So if you don't stomp down about it, if you don't step about it, and if you just stay humble like I was for years, people play. They act like they didn't gotta salute it the way that they need to. It's not an accident that our numbers is going all the way up, y'all. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. You know what I'm saying? It's not. This ain't no accidents. You know what I'm saying? This is hard work and dedication. You know what I mean? It's hard work and dedication and consistency. And the fact that people pay attention. And y'all been paying attention and telling me, nah, Jones, I see you been on it. Yo, Jones been on timing since he came home. Jones ain't playing with nobody. I like this run, Jones. Y'all been telling me. So not that y'all gassing me or feeding my ego in any way. It's just that I know my work is working. I understand that it's resonating. So I'm even more sensitive about my shit. Do that make sense? I'm even more sensitive about my shit now. He says, right. He says, yeah, you naturally entertaining and gifted. Thank you, Greg. He said, mad goat emojis. He says, pure facts. He says, real talk. He says, real shit. That's what they don't get. When they come to that pride and you can put it to the side, you're going to turn yourself into a vet. For real. He said, my boy got the screen going. Yeah, you see I figured that out, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning, Stas. I'm learning, right? He says, but we all know pettiness and crashing out is glorified. So we'll never ride beyond the mentality. Okay, see, now we're getting somewhere, right? This is what I want people to understand. If when I act that way, or if I have acted that way, trust me, it's not out of trying to be glorified. It's not out of trying to be looked at a certain way. It's out of sheer reflex. It's out of sheer what? Man, that. Know that. Okay? Know that. Know that it's coming from a place of me being hurt, bro. That shit hurts my feelings, bro. I'm man enough to say that. That shit hurt my feelings, bro. When I'm in a battle rap event, I know y'all niggas watched me growing up. I know y'all niggas seen me making this shit lit. I know some of y'all niggas know some of my battles word for word. I know it. And it's you that, and y'all the ones that be hating on me? The ones that's supposed to be my peers? Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really is. And you saying this man's name in the comments that I'm not going to repeat, that's another example. That's another example that just because somebody wants to be your friend and they want to sponge off your energy and whatever, if they can't do that, then you are out to them. It's crazy, man. It's really like the devil working. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. I don't know what that means, one love, but no one's ever played with me in life. There's one person that played with me, was the person that we just spoke on. And that person is now threatening me with law enforcement, brother, and ran away from me and left his friends to be hospitalized. So I don't know why you're still bringing that person up, brother. I don't know why you're bringing that up from 13 years ago and think that's something to still say. Besides the fact that some of y'all are just evil, okay? So what we're saying here is, brother, we're not glorifying violence, okay? I was taught that should be a last resort, especially when you're actually talented at it. When you learn martial arts, when you learn boxing, when you learn how to fight from somebody that's real, they teach you this is supposed to be your last resort. You ain't never supposed to be going around and glorifying the fact that you're talented at something that can hurt people. Especially if you're a father. Especially if you're a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? He said, one love, a hater. Yeah, I know, but you see, I ain't block him yet. I'm just letting them, you know. I want people to make the point obvious. I want them to prove my point. You know what I'm saying? I want them to prove my point. And that's what he's doing. He's still here talking about that. He thinks that's something to say. You know what I mean? But let's put him in timeout. How long should we put him in timeout for, y'all? I'll let y'all decide his fate. How long should he go in timeout for? Because he keeps typing and typing, right? What should we give him, chat? You want to give him 10 minutes, half an hour, a 24-hour, or 5 minutes? What does he get? 30 minutes? The beat says 30 minutes. He said he must be a little kid. No, he's just a troll. There's a lot of him. You know what I'm saying? 5 minutes, 5 minutes. He says send him to the nosebleedingtons. 5 minutes. He says 1 hour. Let's give him 10 minutes. Let's round it off. Let's give him a 10 minute. All right. See, One Love, you can't turn these people against me, brother. Okay? We in here rocking, my brother. Okay? We actually got a real thing going here, man. We got a real thing going here, man. We got a good thing going here. And what I don't want to do, I don't want to soil the progress that we've been having with more negativity. So, yes, it is unfortunate that battle rap has turned into a bunch of wrestling fans and people that were never the outsidians. They didn't get to live a life of adventure. They didn't get to live a life of danger and whatever, right? Now, is that cool? On one level, yes, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, it is. Okay, yes. It is cool to take risks and prosper from those risks. If you come out on the other side of it and you actually are crystallized and you actually do get the money and you actually are intelligent, handsome, and on top of your game type of guy, yes, that is a good thing. That makes you a better orator. That makes you a more sturdy individual usually. If you've been through some things that have fortified you, and especially if you got some good seasoning that comes from places like Harlem or Miami or Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You usually got a certain pizzazz about you. Yes. Yes. That is a thing, right? He says facts. This is what some people are jealous of. When you have that thing, naturally, it creates a certain level of animosity in people. I've known that since a child. I know that. But the thing is, when you have what they say, with great talent comes great responsibility or something like that, when you have this type of gift, it's my responsibility to not only make sure that I'm conveying a positive message, but to actually squash the narratives that are negative. So if people are trying to have a negative that says a negative connotation surrounding my brand or name, that's Jones wants people to think that it's cool to be street, or he thinks it's cool to tell prison stories and glorify jail, or there's something glorifying about sharing things that literally have just been traumatic and dramatic events in my life, that are movie entertainment things, that shed light on game and knowledge. If someone thinks that that's me perpetuating or glorifying negativity or street stuff, then they're sadly mistaken. And inshallah, I'm gonna do a better job of promoting even more positivity. I'm gonna do a better job of showing y'all the good works that I'm proud of wanting to do, like the Create Camp, where we're gonna teach some kids how to produce and write songs and do photography. Okay, where our first sessions are inshallah this week, where I take some 15 and 14-year-old kids in the studio and teach them what I know. Okay, the Art of World War book, when I'm shedding light on this culture and the positive aspects of how this is an art form. This is not something where it's just a bunch of niggas talking about their gang members and how they sold drugs to each other and get it off here. It says preach. You know what I'm saying? This is what we about. All right? This is the envelope. This is what Life is Serious is about. This is what we pushing. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing this weirdo trying to be down with the get down to act like we tough. That ain't never what it's been about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? You know what I mean? I'm gonna show y'all something. You know? Show y'all something. If I didn't show y'all this, all right? Manifestation, man. Some people saw this and said, "Oh, you want to show us the ring, right?" I was just on caps about. You know, listen, manifestation. It's all about bringing our visions and our ideas to life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, bro. That's what we should be striving toward. That's the positive. You know, to me, that's positive shit. You know what I mean? I don't look at that as, you know what I mean? Oh my God, I can't wait till my baby get here, y'all. I can't wait till my baby get here, y'all. Woo! Man, listen, man. Man. But all right, you know what I mean? I'm over here getting carried away with this little feature. I think I'm gonna paint it this color too. What y'all think about this? The purple candy. Mmm. Just like candy. You know, what we doing, we you know, this is the cool stuff to me. This is the fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and by the way, these are the glasses, okay? Y'all see me wearing these glasses? This is my brother. You can follow him. It's Kendall. I believe it's Kendall MCD on Instagram. Is his Instagram. This is a young brother from Milwaukee, okay? Young brother from Milwaukee. He made the shades that I was rocking in the John battle. Fire. You know what I'm saying? I support the brother. You know what I'm saying? It's all about business, y'all. It's all about growth. I want to see niggas make it, bro. The last thing I want to do is be looked up every time you see Serius Jones. I know I got the ill cotton out. Every time you see Serius Jones, there's some controversy next to his name. That's corny, bro. And if that's what battle rap has come to, if that's how you be lit, then obviously we need to grow. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you be lit, you know what I mean? We trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sherry, we just into this, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we are, man. You know what I mean? He says, I love helping others help themselves. Man, it's all motivation, my brothers. It's all motivation, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Can we get to it? Can we get to this bag? Right? Can we take care of our families? Can we stay free? Can we love one another? Can we do that? Can we show love? Is it that hard to show love? As you can see, it ain't that hard for me. As you can see, I'll get on stage with a nigga. Hey, come on, nigga, let's go. Let's go, nigga, we rocking, let's go. Come on, bro. That's how I'm coming. And then niggas get like this for me. You don't know if you rocking with me. You, nah. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He says, why are the views low for G.I. Jones is fired? The views low on what, brother? I don't have no videos out for G.I. Jones. So if you're talking about the YouTube link page that just puts it up on its own, that never has views, bro. That's not on my channel. That's the little iTunes page channel that they make for the album. So if that's what you're judging it by, then yeah, maybe that's why. What's up, Shania? How you doing, love? Michael Jackson, what's love? Much love. He says, okay, my bad. It's all good, brother. You said the realest shit ever, though. Don't respect me as a rapper, but disrespect me as a man. Thank you. That's it, man. That sentence right there, if I already said that, then I don't know what better of a sentence I could land the plane with than that, man. Because that's really what it comes down to. And that's what it seems like the battle rap community, a lot of people want to be able to do. They want to say, nah, Serius Jones is a legend, like, da-da-da. But they don't know who I am as a man. And they think they can make up who I am as a man just because they don't know me. Like, oh, all of a sudden, who you are as a man is somebody, you know, that backs down from something? No, never back down from anything. So why are you trying to put that on my name? Who am I as a man is somebody that you could get off on and like it's like that. when there's only one human being walking the face of the earth that could say that, and he even got his. They want to make it a thing that you're egotistical and you just be on your own, whatever, when you literally not only be showing love to the maximum, but you put your time and effort into showing the world how much you rocking with a nigga that ain't even rocking with you like that. You see where I'm going with this? The narratives that they go out their way to build and to paint on you are totally false. But if you give it a little bit of light, if 2 or 3 bloggers talk about it, it becomes a thing in battle rap nowadays. That's the way the culture is now. You see what I'm dealing with? Let me correct that. You see what we dealing with as battle rappers, as MCs, as entertainers, as content creators in this day and age. So I want to make this crystal clear, my young niggas. If you outside right now, if you're selling drugs, excuse me, if you don't YouTube, come on, you know what I mean. It's positive YouTube, don't demonetize me. If you're doing anything outside of the law right now, find some way to legalize it ASAP. Find some way. I'm gonna give y'all some jewels. That's what we do here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all some game right now. If you have $500 right now to your name, this is for any young nigga right now that's in the streets. If you got $500 to your name, take $250 of that. Go get you a secure credit card. Go somewhere and say, listen, I have $250. I just want a credit card for $250. Okay? They'll give you a card. You know what you do? You just keep buying dumb shit with that and pay it off for 2 months, right? A month. Then get another one. Because once you got $1,000, you get a $1,000 credit card. You use that a couple times. You pay that off. By the 3rd month, your credit score is going to start showing growth. It's going to start showing that you can do stuff, right? You know what you do? You take I think it's $117, and there's sites where you can do it for free. You go get you a LLC. You just call it whatever. Call it whatever name you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? You LLC, get your LLC. Once you go get the LLC, you go to the bank. You go to Chase Bank or whatever and say, I want to open a business account. My name is such and such. You know what they're going to do? They're going to run your credit. And guess what they're going to see on your credit? They're going to see that you got 2 trade lines that you're actually paying off, right? Education. Yeah, I'm giving y'all some real game, bro. We're not doing none of that sucker hate and all this stuff. We trying to win. This is what Jones is about. Let's get to this money, y'all. Huh? Let's empower ourselves. Let's grow. I'm ashamed to even look like I'm somebody that's perpetuating violence between black men. That's not what I ever been about, bro. I just been defending myself in this culture where it seems like they be attacking the light. Said living, breathing, J1S, salute, bro. So, okay, boom. Yup, borrow off the LLC. That's where I was going, okay? So now, when you got the LLC, this is the real game, though. Save this and run this back, because it's literally just word for word do this, right? Once you got the LLC, you get the bank account in the LLC, right? The bank will see that you have decent credit, right? And you say to the bank, I want a business card. You might just say, I want 5,000, right? Which ain't much. Once you got your credit straight, you probably can get more than that, right? But let's say you just want 5, because you're still building your shit, right? But now you up 5, right? Now your credit's up, you got a bank account, and you got a business in your name, right? So now what you do is you get your Duns and Bradstreet number. It's online, D-U-N-S, and Brad, like the name Brad Street. Go there. You will get a number for your business, right? That basically says that you a business that's doing business, right? That says now, not only am I just a name, I'm in the game, right? You also get a number and a website. You don't put it in your own crib name. You don't put it in your own personal number, because what's going to happen if they look that up? They're going to see, oh, that's a nigga's residence. That ain't no real business, right? You get a digital virtual business address. There's mad places that you can do. I forget the name of the site offhand, but you can literally just look up digital business address, right? And you can put your address anywhere. I put one of mine. I want to put one of mine in France, just because, you know what I'm saying? My business is going international. I don't even want my shit. My shit ain't connected to nothing over here, right? You can put your business address wherever you want, right? But what that looks like, it looks more professional to what? Lenders, other businesses that might want to loan you money or whatever, right? So now you got all your ducks in a row. Now when you do that, you get 3 or 4 what's called net 30 accounts, which basically are main accounts like say Sam's Club, fucking I don't even think Sam's Club's a net 30. Don't quote me on that. But like you get main joints, right? You get a few main accounts. You get a card on a few main different things. You get a Sam's Club card. You get a card from a say a fucking I don't know, anywhere, right? Anywhere that just has a Macy's card, whatever, right? You just get a few different cards. So now you might have like 5, 6 cards. But guess what? Every month that you're paying them off, your shit is going up. Now that you got your business now, where you got that $5,000 loan, you pay it right back, right? First of all, you make sure that there's not a penalty for paying it right off, because sometimes there's a penalty for paying it off. This is all good game, y'all. Trust me. He's saying facts. He said this nigga being a gamer tonight. Hey, listen, being a gatherer. What's a gather right? I don't know what that means. He said facts, serious. Anyway, so now that you have your business account, you have your Duns and Bradstreet number, you have your website, you have several accounts that basically make it look like you function as a successful business. What's up, Markeith? We only love family, you know the vibes. Now you look like you function as a successful business. You know why? Because you for about 6 months now, this is a 6-month game plan. This is 6 months to 100 bands. 100 bands is 6 months with this method right here, if you do it right, right? And your credit is not too far shot where you may be buying a 6 or something like that, where you can get your shit to an 8 in a couple months, bam, right? Any nigga could do this, bro. You feel me? 100 bands is 6 months, just to play. So now you got a couple of these accounts that look like you're buying supplies for your business or whatever, because you're paying it off. Now you look like you're a functioning business. You've been in business for about 6 months, so you look like, okay, a legitimate whatever. Some loans or something require you to be in business at least 6 months or a year, some of them, and shit like that, right? But when your credit's good, when you got a few accounts that look like you're paying the money back, and you had a loan that you just paid back for $5,000, now when you step to a bank and say, look, I need 20. I need 20. I'm about to build this and that or whatever reason you tell them, right? Now, when that bank gives you that 20, guess what? Another bank will give you a 20, and another bank will give you a 20, because you got the track record for it, you got the credentials for it, you got the infrastructure for it, and now you have the portfolio for it. Hello? You might not have sold one product. You might not have sold one piece of merchandise. You might not got one near office to your name. All you did was spend a couple $100 and keep recycling the same money that you already had. You feel what I'm saying? He said, hit that like. He said, the beat deck says like. Marquis says, $ the Wolfway. Thank you for pinning that. Oops, I just deleted something. I didn't mean to delete that. Pin message. Okay, yeah. Flago Game says, message. Yeah, you feel me? He says, wipe your feet and like and maybe sub. No, not maybe sub. Definitely sub. You know what I'm saying? But you see, this is what we on, man. He says, I work in the financial industry. That's called structuring, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right? See, I didn't even know that was the actual terminology for that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how you structure your business. But technically, that's not even really structuring, right, bro? That's technically like, because crazy, that's not even building the business, really. All that's doing is building some finance. That's building some capital. Because that's not even talking about how you get your first customers, how you start marketing your product, how you manufacture your product, how you create that digital marketing platform, all of that. All we talking about is the basics. You get a website, you get a number, you get credit established, and you can start asking for bread. That's it. He said, double tap if you in here. He said, thank you for the straight jewels. You welcome, brother. You welcome, man. He said, bring your business plan into the bank and tell them why you need 150K. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I'm giving y'all the foundation to get to that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people think you can just step to a bank and say, oh, I got a business plan, I need this. Maybe some people gotten lucky like that, right? But for the most part, I know when you got the background and you got the foundation to be able to ask for that, then it's easier for you to get that, right? Because now you at least got that background. And if it only take you a couple months to do that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's worth it. You know what I mean? He said, big facts. True that. Says, I like the way you talking, brother. Salute, my brother. You know what I'm saying? You a sucker, Jones, for real. You not from Jersey. You're from Bergen County. Last time I checked, Jersey was in Bergen County, sir. So, okay. If I just gave you some jewels that you can use to make $150,000 and you think that that makes me a sucker because I'm not from the most violent part of New Jersey, then okay, brother. He says, man, don't even read that. He said he got him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's good. You feel me? He says 100s, keep going, soldier. He said, tell him to come to McKay Park then. Huh? Huh? Tell him to come to McKay Park and say that shit. Feel me? We just gonna keep it positive though. We gonna keep it positive though. I'm gonna let y'all pop it on him, but I'm gonna, okay, right? He says he's a suck for life. Bergen County is Jersey. That's a fact. Alexander said, like, come on now. Yeah, they, you know, like, come on now. Throwing rocks, like throwing pebbles. Like, you know, throwing pebbles at the crown, man. He says, bro, you know it will always be haters lurking. Yeah, man, you know it. But as you can see, I just do this to show y'all we don't duck nothing, right? We address it all straight on. This Teflon Don for real, man. You know what I mean? That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this and this and this and this. Huh? And this. These are just the last lives. Look, they right there in the phone. These the first pictures in there. That's why we're doing that. Lafayette Avenue, you already know, man. 4th Ward, Inglewood versus the world. Fuck they talk about, man. You know how we rocking. He says, oh, black business, finish your statement. Oh, back to business, finish your statement. Okay, boom. Well, I really was finished. I see the fire emojis. I see y'all, okay, you know what I'm saying? Salute y'all, man. Salute, man. I love y'all niggas. So, right, this is the frequency, right? That's just one lane to establish business credit, establish an actual business, and then we can even get into, now when you got that capital, you could really use that capital for whatever you want. You could just buy a house, right? Just pay it off and then just have some normal regular job where you just work to pay your mortgage. Or you could do whatever you want to do. Or you can actually say, okay, let me get a cash cow type of business that's low overhead and high return, high frequency, laundromat, right? You could look up stuff like, oh, let me know, a car wash. Car wash. I know I can spend this much money. It's going to make this much money. And especially now that you have the money to do it and you don't got to go in your own pocket. Now you still up. You get $150,000 or $100,000 from the banks and everything once your shit is up and spend $30,000 on a car wash. You still got 70 put up. Huh? Maybe get a couple vending machines, right? Vending machines. They might only make $100 a day or something like that. But if you got 4 or 5 of them, you got something just making $400-$500 every day while you sleep. And this is what it's about. This is how the rich get richer, because they have what's called multiple streams of income. We normally, as black people, we don't be having multiple streams. We be having a job and then a hustle. Or maybe we got a hustle and a part-time job. Like, we normally don't have things that we don't have to be there paying us. That's what really makes you the bread to get to the next level when you don't have to be there doing the work, right? If we got to be there doing the work, how we going to be multiple places? That's why we never really get ahead, right? Because we don't be having shit working for us while we doing this. While we doing this, that's doing that, right? That's how you get rich, right? That's how we get to the next level, all right? So we got we got more game coming, you know what I'm saying? Perpetual motion, you know what I'm saying? Literally. Like the day and date, like the road, you know what I'm saying? Perpetual motion. Once you get it started, it keeps going. You know what I'm saying? It says a loan has to be paid back with interest or no, right? Absolutely. Absolutely, probably. But now that you have the residual income coming in, right? The loan is like a monthly payment. You're paying that off with your overhead. So hopefully you got a loan that wasn't with a crazy interest rate. And if you actually are getting money like that, you know what you do? You pay the loan off. Then your credit looks even better, and then you can get even more money. Huh? That's why I said make sure that you don't get penalized for paying back your loan early, because some people actually do that. They'll penalize you for paying it back early because they know people do that. And they don't want to encourage people doing that. They want to actually be able to get their whole interest out of the loan. So a lot of places, they will penalize you for paying off your loan early. You want to get the people that don't penalize you and that you actually can benefit from the fact that you're going to be making enough money to pay it off. You feel me? Priest Slime says, you might gotta be my mentor. Hey, it's all love, brother. You know, I'm here to help, man. It's whatever says, bro, stop. What do you want me to stop exactly, brother? Sharing knowledge to my brothers that can help our lives? Or being just a genuine black man trying to do a good thing in life? Which one would you like me to stop? Talking in general? Breathing? Let me stop breathing? Is that what it is? He says, buy a business that's already profitable and you can also seller financing. Absolutely. Absolutely. He says, these conversations are needed. Respectfully, brother. You know, look, they on his helmet already. They say, X whatever, who are you? He said, hey, yo, Jones always been funny. Salute, man. You know, I'm glad I can entertain y'all, man. He said, they got interest loans, but the credit got to be right, though. 700 Chase got them. Yeah, you know, it's game out here for those that pay attention, man. You know what I'm saying? He says, I know you ate Big T's food. Make sure y'all watch that battle, man. You know what I'm saying? They tried to act like Big T got me because your boy's sitting there gassing it. You got other people, you know, overreacting of punchlines about a guy with a 13-year-old sucker punch, bro. It's so sad that that's really... It still gets reactions, I guess. It didn't for years, and now I guess it does again now. Like, I don't know. Gotti brought it back up, and he was there on the stage, so now all of a sudden it's another punchline that you could say to Jones. Like, all right. It was over for 10 years, now it's a thing again. Like, this is how corny battle rappers get, I guess. But, hey, it is what it is. He said, what's the best show ever in your opinion? Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, The Wire, and The Sopranos. HBO got it to me. HBO got it. I'll give The Wire, The Sopranos, and Game of Thrones. Those are my three favorite shows. It says, Jones, what made you come up with the name The Bar Lord? Because a warlord, but a warlord with bars. That's all. You know, I always like the whole mystical, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I was always feeling this type of shit. Hold up, let me show you. Let me show y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is what I've really been on. You know? This has been my real, you know, this has been, I guess my favorite era, because I like the whole king, you know, like all of that kingly stuff. I'm feeling that, you know what I'm saying? Like the Game of Thronesiness. Shout out to this guy that's been making, that's making AI Jones, you know what I'm saying? I get a little sneak peek with it, you know what I'm saying? That look like me? Kind of got a KRS-One nose a little bit, but you know what I mean? It's kind of good, right? Stay tuned. We got some crazy shit coming with this, right? But okay, this has always been my era right here, right? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about right here. You know what I mean? Royalty. You know what I'm saying? know what I'm saying? See, I'm staring majestically off into the mountains. You know what I'm saying? With the wolf fur on my neck. This is who I would have been 1,000 years ago. If I was born 1,000 years ago, I'd have been this Jones. Huh? Lead my wolves into battle. I just happen to have been born in Jersey in the 80s. Well, actually in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He says, King May still a classic. He said, that looked just like you. It is me. It is me. That was me when I first came home. Somebody, shout out to the fan that made this. I forgot who even made this. Somebody made these and sent it to me on Twitter. I was like, hey. I like that. I like the Gladiator Jones. You know what I'm saying? That was the real concept. It was like Gladiator. I'm like, yeah. And I'm talking about Maximus. Are you not entertained? Looking ass. You know what I mean? I see all them fire emojis. King Wolf says LMAO. He says he going crazy with the filter. I told you we're going to have some fun now, man. You know what I mean? Don't let me start learning this internet, Jack. I told you. I'm about to start taking this shit over. He said dead ass. He said head ass. LOL. Heart emojis. Maximus. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, fans made portraits for you. Yeah, like, you know, y'all be doing all type of stuff, man. And I'm like, I appreciate it because y'all be really making my day with this type of stuff. Somebody did this after the John battle, I believe it was. I think somebody did this after the John battle. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? He said, hey, yo, stop pushing buttons. He said, nah, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I think that should be like an album cover or something. You know what I mean? He says that day he fought Xerxes. yeah, that's the day I fought Xerxes. You know what I'm saying? The God King. I stripped the God King of all of his greatness and powers. The ghouls of Persia descended upon us with 1,000 ghouls. As we climbed to the depths, Lord Jonesius led us into the revolution of the future. The hordes of downtown Harlem attempted to thwart Jones. They attempted to bring Lord Jonesius' rise down just as he returned to fame and glory. As he returned to fame and glory from being locked in chains, and he came back onto the battlefield to claim his rightful place amongst the goats of the culture. And the ghouls of downtown Harlem attempted to stop Lord Jonesius when he was at the precipice of greatness. And not only did he look majestically into the future, but he raided the mountains and stood tall, planting the flag. He planted the flag for all eternity that life is indeed serious. He said he named the land Harlem. He named the land Jersington. Lord Jonesius from the land of Jersington made a pilgrimage to the land of Harlem, where he planted a flag that would last an eternity, the legacy of the wolf. Y'all sound just like one of the niggas, right? He said, come on, wolf. Uber app, spare y'all dying laughing. He said he sounds like dude from Gladiator. I sound like that nigga? Lord Jonesius. Yeah. Lord Jersey Jonesius. He said comedy, son. That's what he eat on this. Yo, oh wait, all right, wait, hold on. In his ascension to the crown, the horse of the whorehouses of Rome and of the Jersington shores attempted to destroy and poison. They attempted to dethrone Jones. And just as he ascended to glory, he came back to the Colosseum only to smite his enemies down with mighty. Yeah, you gotta say shit like smite. He smited with mighty anger and vicious fury. His ascension, he walked the wolf way. Oh, I like that. See, yeah, that's a good one. He said his long walk, no train. Oh, no. See, that's whack. But the other one you said is good. He walked in the way of the wolf. You know what I'm saying? He said, oh, keep going, bro. Y'all know I'm burnt out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? He says on some Thanos type shit. You feel me? He said, take some action lessons, Jones. That's another hustle. Listen, man. The Club movie and Life is Serious, the movie out right now, man. It's not an accident. 50 called me back in the day and we had a whole chop about this shit. I was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be at a different level, man. But honestly, I didn't stay consistent with the movies. You know what I'm saying? But we still got 2 out right now that y'all can check out. You know what I'm saying? So get into them. You know what I mean? Let me see what else we got in here, man. Well, we got all type of shit here, man. I gotta be careful what I show y'all. I might click on the wrong picture around these motherfuckers, man. Hey, I clicked the wrong picture, go viral for the wrong reason, Jack. Got to be careful. He said, got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? Got to be more careful. Hey, stay tuned for this new merch. You know what I'm saying? The Rich Wolf merch coming. You know what I'm saying? He said I sound like a narrator for one of those shows. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna see it. The wolf. The wolf howls in the night. I got one of them real baritone joints too. I could probably do that shit for real, right? You got Sherry. What you doing, Sherry? Sherry, you kind of look like that wolf right there. You see that wolf? You related to that nigga? Act like I'm bothering you. You done came with me laid on the bed. Oh yeah? You wanna do the fake sleep move, huh? Okay, alright. Let's see how it is. He says facts. He said, bro, repost the movies. Jones double back. Yeah, man. I'm gonna repost them for y'all, man. He said he started the wolf rap and you have to walk it. Facts. Rich Wolf, y'all see that right there? When y'all see that on the logo, y'all gonna know what that is. We got that merch coming on the way too, man. You know what I'm saying? We got shit coming for y'all, man, as y'all can see, man, you know? I want y'all to get in tune, right? Check it out. Huh? Y'all jacking that? How y'all feel about that? He said, how you feel about me, son? I think I'm really hot. Absolutely, Joseph. Absolutely. He says, my favorite battle rapper of all times. I appreciate that. What y'all think about that right there? Y'all jacking that? It looks good? Okay. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit for y'all. You know? We got some shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got some shit for y'all. You feel me? You know? You working. Say it looks good? Alright. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. This was Sherry's dad. This was your dad, Sherry. This was your daddy. See? You didn't know him. That's your dad, mamas. Look. Not at me. Look at him. At him, Sherry. I know I'm your dad, but alright. But you don't care. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I've been kicking with y'all for a minute. Says nope, but I think you're going somewhere with this one. Yeah, man, we going all the way up like a turtleneck, man. You know what I'm saying? And they shouldn't have let me get this feature. Y'all know it's gonna get crazy now. You know what I'm saying? He says he went out the wolf way. Salute. Yeah, man, he did, man. Rest in peace to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Real one, man. You know? But, you know, he gave us Sherry. So we're grateful for your dad, right, Sherry? You know? But look, all jokes aside, man, I want to land this. I want to land this on a real note, right? I want to land this on a real note, right? I chose to be involved in a culture that has a lot of negativity attached to it. Let's keep it funky. Battle rap has a lot of negativity, energy-wise, attached to it. All right? It's literally verbal, you know, battling. It's tearing somebody down with words, right? But unfortunately, a lot of people, even myself sometimes, we take it beyond where it's supposed to be because it really becomes life for you once you've been doing it 30 years, right? Once you've been doing it 20 years, when it's the way you feed your family, right? So when someone seems to be like attacking you and coming at you, or you feel like you have opposing energies, it's only natural for you to react in maybe a less than tasteful way. And to be honest, that's not what I want to do, right? So I apologize, you know, to my fans and to anybody that feels like, you know, I'm doing anything that's less than classy or less than the way that I should be branded as a man. But remember what I was saying, what you just repeated? They want to salute you as a rapper than disrespect you as a man. I would rather be the other way, right? I don't feel flattered that someone says, but you a legend, no. But no, I'm a stand-up individual that cares about that before I care about my rap legacy. That's what some people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? And they act like you standing up for your legacy as a man is less important than what you should think about rap. I don't care about no rap, bro. If I really cared about rap like that, I would be in a whole different position. I would have made different decisions. I would have made different moves. You know what I'm saying? So let's learn from experiences. You know what I'm saying? Let's learn, you know, from our own mistakes. And, you know, if whatever happens, you know, we roll with the punches. You know, nobody's perfect. Peas ain't perfect. But kids out there, the streets are not it. You don't gain from being gangster and tough. You gain from being smart. You gain from learning how to stay out of situations, not always how to solve them, right? The best way to win a war is to not go to one. The best way to get the best outcome is to eliminate the possibility of failure. So if you see something is a negative situation, the way the streets taught us to deal with things are not the best way. Because what's going to happen? When you do everything right by the street code, you know what's going to happen? Everyone else is going to look around you is going to be like, hey, man, he crashed out. It's going to be like, what? I thought that was gang. I thought that was bro. He did everything. He rode for you. You know what I'm saying? He never told. He whatever. Okay, then you're going to be doing life in jail. And no one's going to care. And you did everything right. Now, I'm not telling you to cross game. I'm not telling you to not respect the code. I'm not telling you to not be street if you in the streets. What I'm telling you is to not be in the streets if you can help it. What I'm telling you is some good game and ideas on how you could use your money to do something different, right? And if you gotta be in the streets, guess what? Don't put that shit on the internet. Don't put nobody in your business. Don't be trying to show people how whatever you are, because that is not gonna help you. That's not gonna help nothing but your haters find out what you got going on. It's gonna help the cops find out your business, and it's gonna give people the drop on what you got going on, right? For years, I didn't even put my own cars or nothing like that on the internet because I don't even want y'all knowing none of that. He says, exactly. He says, right. He says, 2025 Bruce Lee philosophy. Be water. Be water. That's what we got to be to survive. So to be honest, like I said, the last thing I want to do is start anything. I don't want no problems with nobody. And if I offended anybody, it's not my intention to offend people. It's my intention to not be offended. And if I react in a way that's offensive, right, and inappropriate, it's probably because I was in my feelings or I felt disrespected, right? But this is not something that's good. This is not something that we want to glorify. Reacting in a negative way is not something that's positive. It's just something that's a natural reflex if you're a wolf. It's something that's a natural reflex if you come from where we come from. So people that want to act like that's something to glorify, no, you don't understand. What I do like to glorify is principles. What I do like to glorify is good outcomes of stories, lessons learned, things that I was able to accomplish through my blood, sweat, and tears and pain. Those are the things that should be highlighted or glorified or something like that, right? Not the negativity, not the whack shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He says, are you watching? No, I'm not watching anything. He says, what part of Jersey are you from, bro? I'm from Englewood, New Jersey. Yeah, and Spark Rum, this is another thing. I'm not going to be addressing that anymore. You have to do your homework, brother. There's no situation that I didn't get back for, bro. That's already been a thing, but that's not what we here talking about, bro. In reality, I could have probably handled that a different way. It could have been way worse if I really let my feelings and my emotions get all the way the best of me. Good thing I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But he says, you got a strong mind, Jones. Thanks for the wisdom on how to get a laundromat business or how to invest. Black man, I hear your growth. Salute, my brother. Salute, man. I appreciate it. He says, much love and respect, Jones. Period, bro. I'd rather buy your merch and clothes than these white folks stuff. I appreciate you. He says, hi, is this the rapper? Are you still battling, babes? Yes, I just had a battle last week, baby. I just had a battle versus Big T, which apparently sparked some controversy because it seemingly, I just felt like I had some negative energy, coming at me. And I spoke on it. And I said some things that some people take as distasteful because of the fact that, I'm using the ammo that's readily available. I address the elephant in the room instead of being nice and saying, oh, let me not be cordial. And honestly, I don't feel that way. But even though I still don't want to, no, you know what I'm saying? I still don't want to create no issues, bro. But it's just like, damn, my niggas got to be hating on Jones. Like, can I live, my nigga? What y'all wanted me to stay in jail? Like what Tupac said? Y'all wanted me to stay in jail, huh? Oh, busters. He said, why you mad? Why you mad I'm free? Why y'all mad I'm popping it? Why y'all mad I'm booked? Why y'all mad I'm doing well? I'ma just stay safe, man, and stay dangerous, man. I'ma just stay dangerous, bro. Stay prayed up, stay dangerous, and stay in my own lane. And I'ma keep rocking, man. He says you're a legend. I appreciate it. Hey, I've never been scared of nobody but Allah, brother. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's all. He says, you a real nigga, gang. You stay up, my G. I appreciate you, brother. God bless, man. He says, nah, Justin, I'm not even going to block you for that comment, Justin, but you know that's not true, brother. He says, you're really speaking that truth. Very solid, my Jersey brother. Essex County, bro. Bergen County. Keep going. Salute. Salute, man. Jersey in the building, man. The real Jersey know what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? He says, trolls is going to get kicked. We on real man time. Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. He says, Justin, for real, though, you my nigga. It's all good, Justin. I know you was just trolling, but I ain't even going. You see how I let you come around, right? I ain't block you. I ain't going to say nothing, but you know that ain't real, bro. You know what I'm saying? It really be the opposite. These dudes really be scared of me, but that's not something I even want. I want us to have, love and understanding between black men, bro. I don't know why that seems to be an impossible feat, but that shit is really heartbreaking to me, bro. In my heart, I really wish we could just show up to battle rap events and get along and really be laughing and joking and enjoying it. And that's why you see that's the bag I be in. That's the bag I be in. That should be really like hurting my feelings, bro, that it gotta be so much negativity in a sport that I love. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I spent so much of my life doing. It hurts that it gotta be negativity and hatred, and I can feel in the room whereas people that's like they don't want to see you do good. They don't want to see you happy and free and doing what you love. That's sad, man. But if we can get that energy out of us as a people, of black people, I think we could do so much more, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Willie Nelson and them getting that type of hate, right? You don't see these Bon Jovi, these rock and roll guys that can go on tour until they 80. You see them get love for all of the time they put in. You see them get love for all of the sacrifices that they made, all of the time that they've been on top of their game. You see people flying from different countries to salute them. And that's why it's a blessing that some of y'all do that in battle rap. But guess what? It be our own. It be our own people from our own eras and our own peers that be throwing shade and trying to tear you down. Why? Why we gotta have so much hatred in between each other as black people, bro? And then on battle rap, especially, niggas gonna be, oh yeah, oh now, I guarantee you it's gonna be somebody to me, oh, see now you trying to kick positive, now you wanna be positive and shit. Like as if I ever tried to be negative. Like as if anything I ever said wasn't me defending what I feel like is somebody coming to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the cold game, y'all. But he said, fire emoji, salute Jones, Serius Jones, exclamation points, 100, facts, and exclamation points, facts. I heard Sean has some words for you, doggy. Oh yeah? Why would you hear that? I just spoke to Sean, and Sean has my number, so if he had some words for me, he would have told me. He says, when is your next battle? I don't know, brother, but Afro Jones out right now. All right, this right here is out right now. Right now, hold on, where they go, 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 hey, where they go, where they go, where they go, where they go. Afro Jones out right now. Afro Jones out right now. Afro Jones out right now. Yeah, anyway, this music is in me, I can't stop rocking. I just put out a banger classic album. We've been going all the way up like a turtleneck. We all the way in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? We manifesting. You know what I'm saying? We manifesting. You know what I mean? We doing all type of numbers. You know what I'm saying? We making our ops mad. You know what I'm saying? They get mad, right? Got the ops posted. Even they posted the album. Look at this. Weird ass niggas, they posted my shit. You know what I'm saying? They on the drr. They on the drr. You know what I'm saying? Because the numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all that's been tapping in. I appreciate everybody that's been rocking. I appreciate everybody that's got the Art of Word War, the Battle Rap Handbook. Okay, I appreciate everybody that's got Afro Jones, G.I. Jones, etc., 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 man. Y'all stay in tune. He said, let's go, fam. Yeah, we up. We going all the way up like a turtleneck, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm about to peep that. Yes, please check me out. Let me know what y'all feeling. The video's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep rocking, man. And again, for me to land the plane, I need to do better at being a role model. Not necessarily a role model to the world, but to my offspring, my people that look up to me. And as a man and as a Muslim, I can't allow people to put me in an evil mind state, because that's what happens. It makes me think evil thoughts when I feel like motherfuckers hating. It makes me think evil thoughts. I don't like that me. I don't like that me. But I'm not gonna I don't have that much patience. It ain't that much patience in the world, bro. We done gave you 30 years of your life to something and you keep getting met by hatred and animosity by motherfuckers that just don't, they're intimidated by you. They don't wanna, stop, Sherry. What's up? Come here. Come here. Come here, Sherry. Hey. Hey. Come here. Come here. Sherry. Look, she's not listening right now. She's jealous of y'all. Look, she's like, why are you paying attention to them and me? Sherry, I said come here. Come here. Come here. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Because you're jealous? All right, y'all. I'm going to see y'all in a minute. I'm going to give Sherry some attention. He says, peace of your soul. Yeah, man. God willing, we all have peace in our soul. On all platforms or not? Yes, on all platforms. On all platforms. Tap in, all right? Afro Jones, Meet the Wolf, G.I. Jones, all right? And the Art of Word Workbook. And follow me on Instagram, man. We got to connect the dots, because I ain't going to lie. My Instagram lines be ass cheeks, all right? We going all up like this over here, and the Instagram lines be like, what? You know what I'm saying? So tap in on my Instagram, at The Real Serius Jones, no O in Serious. And follow me on Twitter, at Serius Jones, just the way you spell it. All right, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed. You know what I'm saying? No, Michi the GOAT. He says, we need that old Jones. You care too much about what the internet is saying. No, brother. I don't give a damn about what they're saying. I'm working. I'm an influencer, brother. It's not about caring what people are saying. I'm giving you content. You're getting confused. Some of y'all just still don't get it. And I really feel like common sense is not common. But all you got to do is watch this live back and actually pay attention. And the people will tell you what they're getting from this. The people will tell you what I'm doing. Since you don't seem to have the common sense to even be able to tell what real is. But I guess that's the era we live in. But God bless. Stay out the streets. Stay away from things that could take you from your freedom. Stay away from things that could force you to do something to harm someone else. Stay away from people that don't want to see you do good. And that's why y'all not going to see me at these battle rap events kicking it. Because respectfully, a lot of these niggas do not want to see me do good. And that's it. God bless. Good night.